when you suffer from chronic pain, you're for the last, whatever, it's been 6 years, the average person doesn't understand what you're going through. Simple tasks can't be done. I could put my shoes on and 5 minutes later not feel good and not want to go and do anything because now I'm in a bad place with my pain. So it's really difficult to kind of understand chronic pain. My journey started back in 2018. I started having neuropathy pain in my feet. Never had a back issue or any problems. I just noticed I had really pins and needles when I would go to sleep at night or when I would exercise or walk around. I saw a foot doctor who led me to a back doctor. He suggested I get my back checked out. When I went and saw a back doctor, they uncovered that I had a broken vertebrae and a couple of blown discs. So in 2019, I did my first surgery. Unfortunately, surgeries didn't go very well for me. Now I've had 7 surgeries since 2019, and most recent was done this past April. So I found Tom in January of 2025. I was just scrolling on Instagram and saw Tom and his ray gun, I like to call it, or his ice gun, and I saw him doing treatments on people, and I immediately took to it. It was very interesting and intriguing to me. So I sent him an instant message, and he responded right away. And we had a couple correspondence back and forth and ended up having a phone call. And Tom was great. He explained to me the whole process, walked me through everything, spoke about a lot of different things. He knew a lot about backs and knew a lot about inflammation and things people were going through. So in between January and July, when I met Tom, I unfortunately had another surgery. My pain level was too high, and they found another problem with my back. They went a level up and repaired that. When I came out of that surgery, it was probably one of my worst experiences. I just had so much inflammation, probably being open so many times. I could not move freely without pain, without wincing. I couldn't grab for silverware at the table without wincing, put shoes on, anything. The pain was that bad. So I bit the bullet and reached out to Tom again. He explained how he thought 5 treatments would work for me, at least to help getting the process going. I went down and saw Tom in July. We started the whole process from there. By the 3rd and 4th treatment, I started to feel a lot better, like the inflammation was going down. At one point, I think on my 4th treatment, Tom had me stand up and walk. I walked with a cane, and he had me walk in his office. And I walked pain-free and stood there for like 10 minutes without any pain. I normally walk with a cane for extra stability. And after my 4th treatment, Tom had me stand without the cane. I was able to walk in his lobby for about pain-free for about 10 minutes. As your body starts to warm up again, the pain came back, but not to the level that I had prior to coming down to see Tom. We did a 5th treatment, felt really good. When I say good for me was I still had some pain. I was able to, though, reach for silverware, put on a pair of shoes without wincing, without being in really level 8 or 9 type of pain. So Tom I was probably averaging 3 to 4 pain pills a day and muscle relaxers, all that stuff, to reduce it down to a couple a day. When I reached out to Tom, that's one of the things we talked about. And Tom was so empathetic about understanding chronic pain. I know he has a background in doing stuff with backs, with surgeons, medical devices, things like that. He understood everything I was going through. So when I had those treatments and I got any relief, that was more relief than I got from any pill, physical therapy, or any device that was ever put in me or anything. This was the best I've ever felt. While things have come back and pain has come back, still not at the level it was prior to seeing Tom. What was kind of the best part was he understood what I was going through. He was compassionate about it. He worked through it, just was there as a support piece on top of doing the treatments. We worked through a lot of stuff together, which is extremely helpful to me. Anyone that's skeptical or has never done this or is a little nervous to try this, I highly recommend doing this. I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I did it, and it was the best thing I ever did. While Tom is, 9 hours away by car and he's in Little Rock and I'm in Chicago, while I've had some pain come back, I also had to drive 9 hours and sleeping in a couple bad hotel rooms along the way. But the pain has still been less than it was prior to seeing Tom. It definitely, the inflammation has gone down immensely. It's worth reaching out just to understand what it's about and what you can get out of this.